क्या आप अपना करियर आईटी सेक्टर में बनाना चाहते हैं? क्या आप टॉप आईटी एमएनसीज में जॉब कर रहे हैं बट सैलरी मार्केट स्टैंडर्ड की नहीं मिल रही है? तो पेश है क्लाउड डेवऑप्स हब ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट, एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म जहां हम देंगे आपको A to Z कंप्लीट आईटी डेवलपमेंट प्लस ऑपरेशंस प्लस 100% प्लेसमेंट असिस्टेंस प्रोफेशनल्स आईटी एक्सपर्ट्स के द्वारा, जो कि 15 प्लस इयर्स एक्सपीरियंस्ड है। यहाँ पर आपको रियल आईटी कंपनी का नॉलेज मिलेगा, प्राइमरीली ऑन AWS क्लाउड एंड टॉप 10 डेवऑप्स टूल्स और क्लाउड प्रोफाइल में बिना कोडिंग के, जिसकी फ्यूचर और मार्केट में बहुत डिमांड और सैलरी है, जो आपको बेस्ट आईटी कंपनी में बेस्ट प्रोफाइल में अपना करियर बनाने में मदद करेगा, और जहां आपको मिलेगा 24/7 कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट बाय 50,000 प्लस प्रोफेशनल्स इंस्ट्रक्टर, लाइव LED ट्रेनिंग के साथ लाइफ टाइम एक्सेस टू क्लास ट्रेनिंग रिकॉर्डिंग्स, डॉक्यूमेंट्स विथ लाइव प्रोजेक्ट टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स फॉर डेवऑप्स एक्टिविटी, ट्रेनिंग सर्टिफिकेशन, इंटरव्यू प्रेपरेशन एंड रिज्यूम मेकिंग। आप हमारी वेबसाइट www.clouddevopshub.com पर जाकर न्यू बैचेस की इंफॉर्मेशन भी ले सकते हैं, और साथ ही लाइव ऑनलाइन डे वाइज डिटेल्ड सिलेबस भी चेक कर सकते हैं, जिसमें आप हमारे कोर्स के सारे मॉडल्स की डिटेल्ड इंफॉर्मेशन चेक कर सकते हैं कि आपको कौन सा मॉडल किस डेट को पढ़ाया जाएगा। इतना ही नहीं, आप हमारे YouTube चैनल @CloudDevOpsHub पर जाकर सक्सेस स्टोरीज, स्टूडेंट्स टॉक्स, डे वाइज लाइव सेशंस, रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर्स के वीडियोस भी देख सकते हैं। हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट से पढ़े हुए स्टूडेंट्स मल्टीपल ऑफर्स लेकर आज टॉप मोस्ट आईटी कंपनीज में अच्छे पैकेजेस में जॉब कर रहे हैं। सो व्हाट आर यू वेटिंग फॉर? अपने करियर को एक नई पहचान देने के लिए आज ही क्लाउड डेवऑप्स हब पर रजिस्टर करें। क्लाउड डेवऑप्स हब, visit www.clouddevopshub.com. WhatsApp 9993445100.
Hello everyone and good morning and welcome back, and as per the agenda, today is the presentation day. Let's go to the sheet what exactly we are trying to achieve, or what I want to say that, because see, at this point you are aware that our batch has been started around 2 months back, and in the 2 months whatever we have learned, that we will present, or my student will present in front of you with the help of presentation. So this is the tracking sheet for the student, and this is what we are planning, means these are the presentation which we are planning for the today. One presentation we have already done on 24th of March. The recording is available already on into the YouTube channel, and but here this is the second presentation which is we are doing on the 19th of March today. Okay, and here are the students who are going to present the things what they have learned and their previous experience, and this is the today's presentation for that. And before that, I want to go that here we have, this is our website, and here in this you have see that our syllabus are there. The things which are completed already are showing into the green color. Some more things are still pending, which we will discuss in next couple of weeks. Plus, I would like my student to give the comment into this place, the student choice topic. If you will go to the classroom, yep, I'm going to the classroom of the batch number 29. Where is batch? Here is the batch 29. And I definitely need a comment from you guys that which topic you want to learn. Please decide it by today itself. Okay. For student batch day 45 student choice topic. And there are multiple choice we have decided. And please make the comment into this place so that we can decide which topic you want to learn as an extra topic into the day 45th. Okay. On the day 45th. Cool. Plus, guys, I would like to share, or as you are already aware, in our yesterday in our WhatsApp group, one of the student Vaishnavi has commented. Vaishnavi is here. Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi is not here. In the batch number 29, Vaishnavi has been selected as a Python developer as a fresher. Okay, and this is the very first selection happened from the batch number 29. Guys, are you agree? And yes, the congratulations are happening into this batch as well. Yes or no?
Yes, because
Cool. And as well as you have seen that in the batch number 27, BATCH, these are the last week only, okay, which I'm just showing the batch. Oh yeah, I will show that. This is the path, okay, the path which has been selected from the batch 27, and on the 6th April, he joined already in one of the company, okay. Best analyst, thank you. Got an opportunity as a DevOps engineer in Symbolic Analytics, Bangalore. Okay, this person has been selected last week, or in the last week only. He joined as well into one of the company, and in the batch 27, one of the student has cleared the CKA certification as well. So these are the achievement which happened in the last week in my previous batches as well as into the current batches. Cool. And let's come to the agenda. Now, I would like to pass it over to the Anu. Anu, you have to explain to everyone that what exactly the developer people or developers are doing it. Why we are doing this thing? Because guys, these are the interview topics, and yes, definitely the questions will come from here. And you want to become a DevOps engineer, so you have to be aware about that, what exactly the developers are doing it, what exactly the DevOps roles and responsibility as well as day-to-day activity. This will be definitely your second question after the introduction, because definitely interviewer will ask what exactly you are doing. You will give a very good introduction, then he will be impressed. You have to impress with the introduction, and second question will become, okay, you have mentioned a lot of things into your introduction. Now what exactly you are doing, what is your day, how your day has been started. So Anu will give the overview. Anu has given the Anu will going to give you the PPT or presentation for you, that what exactly we have to understand that part, and then we will go into the order as well. And Anu is here. So Anu, I
yes,
will
yes.
give the, what we can say, screen access to you. I will stop my screen and you can share that.
Sure. I'm sharing my screen. Let me know when you're able to see the screen.
Yep. We are able to.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the confirmation, Vikas. And thank you for the brief introduction of the topics that we are going to. As we're going with the agenda. Yeah, this is our agenda. What is DevOps? What are the developers' primary roles and responsibilities? What are the DevOps roles and responsibilities? And what are the daily activities that a DevOps engineer will be doing in from the starting of the day and till in that day activities? So going to it, these are the developer primary roles and responsibilities. A developer is basically responsible for designing, implementation, and maintaining of the application code. So they'll be using the source code repository for their code check-ins, or they'll be pulling the code from the source repository. First, they starts with the pulling the code from the source repository to their local, and they'll update the code and build their code in their local and create the artifacts in their local, and that's a base developer's responsibility as a code developer. And they will be pushing the code to the remote repository with the commits, git commits, or the git commands they'll be using. I have listed the git commands in the right side. So we'll be going through each of these git commands in few minutes. So this is the base developer activities on a daily basis from start to end. They start with the source code repository, pulling the source from the source code repository, and by the end of the day, they have to check in the code and build that the newly checked in code should be built successfully without any issues, so that other developers should not have any issues when they pull the latest code. So this is the base for a developer, normal developer, application developer. So now coming to our DevOps role. What is DevOps? DevOps is basically a approach that we have 7 C's that we have. These 7 C's whatever we do in DevOps, that is incorporated within these 7 Cs. So this is a strategy to reduce the gap between the development, that is operations team. So throughout this DevOps life cycle, whatever the tasks are done, mainly the DevOps resource will be doing the will have the the failures, the reduce of failures is the main thing that the DevOps will be achieving. So, and earlier we have a waterfall and agile methodologies. These methodologies have few drawbacks. Those drawbacks are overcome in DevOps by releasing the code to the production environment whenever we are ready to deliver. So here you can see one of the that we have is continuous delivery. Whenever we want, we can deliver it. That at least it is based on the approvals. That is for sure. So the delivery can be done as in when we want. That is the main feature that DevOps is bringing into it. Then moving to the next, the engineer. Who is the DevOps engineer? So DevOps engineer is the one who knows, who understands the SDLC process very well. That means he is having a complete understanding of the tools, the vast understanding of the tools to automate the manual process that the development team is doing. So whoever is able to do the automation, they can be a DevOps engineer with the DevOps tools that we have. Coming to the roles of the DevOps engineer, so these are the coming to the roles of DevOps, these are the basic roles that we have, but these are not specifically maintained in any company. But the first one is evangelist, who is responsible for the starting to ending of the life cycle. That means from the planning, he will be involved, till the monitoring, he'll be involved. But the tasks that are doing will have the separate responsibility role that we have. Next one is release manager. Release manager is the one who will be taking care of the releases in the DevOps, and he will be responsible for the post activities after the code is pushed to production. Then the maintenance of the Git will be managed by release master branches, or branches managing will be done by release manager. Automation expert, he is the one who automates and orchestrates the tools that are used in DevOps. Then comes the developer and tester. Developer is the one who develops the pipelines through the infrastructure as code process, or through the classic mode that they will be adding the tasks in the pipeline, or he may be the one who is managing the branches that we have to support the team. That means if any team member is having an issue in the branch creation, or checking in the code, or they don't have a code, the latest code that is there, and they have a conflict. So DevOps developer is the one who will be jumping in and taking the lead on it, and checking the Git repository, because Git repository owners will be DevOps engineers. So developers will be having that role, and with all the permissions, the developers will be having it. And coming to testers of DevOps, testers will be testing the pipelines in sandbox environment first. Then it will be, once it is approved in sandbox environment, it will be pushed to a dev environment, and the flow continues. So the same thing will be moved to our production environment once it is approved and accepted by the test engineers. So then quality assurance, the quality of the products will be assured and checked. The security related things, security engineers will be handling. The health of the product that we have developed will be handled by security engineers. So this is overall understanding of the roles that we have in DevOps. But these things is not individually maintained in the companies, but these all will be handled by a DevOps resource. It will be a team that we have DevOps in resources. So everyone will be sharing each and everything of these roles.
Okay.
So coming to DevOps tools, these are there we have vast DevOps tools that we have in our DevOps that we have split it into the different categories. The main tasks, the main things that will be go with are these. If you as a DevOps engineer are good, have good hands-on on these things, then you don't need to look back. Okay, these are the main things that we have. So in these, I hope all of you are aware of these all things, at least heard of all of these, because all of these are introduced by Vikas in our classes. So coming to these things, coding, building, testing, packaging, releasing, configuring, and monitoring. You can observe that we are all having coding, ing, building, ing, testing, ing. It's a continuous process. It doesn't end anywhere. If you see this flow, the diagram, if you see, it is a continuous flow that it is going. Even if the one stage is completed at one, but the next stage starts, and if the end is coming, then again come back to the coding. So it is a continuous process. It is going on. So main DevOps tool is source code management, which is also known as version control system. Tools for the source code management that we use are Git, GitHub. These Git and GitHub are all source code management. Along with Git and GitHub, we have Jenkins. So Jenkins also works on source code management, but it is a continuous process, it's a pipeline system that we have. Selenium is automation tool, and Docker is nothing but orchestration, and Kubernetes is a container orchestration. So Puppet, Chef, Ansible will be basically used for configuration management and deployments. So for monitoring, we have Nagios. So these are the few things that we have. These are the tasks that we do as a DevOps engineer: coding, building, testing, packaging, releasing, configuring, monitoring. Starts with coding. It can be a developer coding or a DevOps coding. Developer coding completes, and DevOps coding is only source code management. Building the code that is checked in, or building the code which developers has pushed to Git repository, will be building it. After building, the testing process starts with the build that we have done. And the testing, if test is passed, then only the packaging starts. If test is failed, then the process ends here, and again go to developer or a test engineer. What is failing, and that need to be fixed, again will be coming from the coding. So once the test is completed and successful, packaging starts. Packaging till the 4 steps here: coding, building, testing, and packaging are the CI process. Then releasing is the CD process. Release to the environment. The package which is created in CI will be pushed to release, and that the same package will push to release process. And if any configurations like the path, the source code path we need to set, those things will be handled here. That means whenever we pushing the code to the destination, so there first we need to set the configurations, and then only the code will be pushed. After the code is successfully pushed with all the configurations, monitoring starts. So this is the complete process and the tools that we are using in DevOps. Moving ahead with the key responsibilities of a DevOps engineer. DevOps engineer basically does the administration of IT framework. That means if any configurations, as we said in the previous slide, as we see the configurations that we have, or if we have any virtual machines, the configuration, the setup or the maintenance of the virtual machines also will be done by a DevOps engineer. It is an administration level. And choosing the right tool, if any requirement we get, based on that requirement, we as a DevOps engineer need to understand what tools we'll be using. So that is a base requirement of a DevOps engineer. Then after the understanding of the tools, then comes the CI/CD pipeline development, testing the CI/CD pipeline, and monitoring the application. So these are the key responsibilities. Going deeper into the responsibilities, this is the first step: gathering the requirement, analysis and listing out the tools that can be used for the requirement, specific to the requirement that we got. Requirement can be one statement, integrate Sonar Cloud in the application. That's it. That requirement, we need to analyze what all we need to use for that. It can be a Jecoco that we are using. It can be a what is that? The Quadretro that we are using. Anything that we can use, that we need to decide first the tool that we are using for that specific requirement. Then we need to finalize that tools that we are using with the stakeholders. If we are involved in it, we will be going it, or else we'll be creating a documentation for that and sharing the documentation as a POC. These are the basic things that we need, and these are the things that we are planning for. So the planning documentation we'll be sharing with the stakeholders, and once the finalization is done, then starts our main task. Manual steps, whatever you want to do automated, the same steps, first you have to manually list out the steps that you have to do. So those manual steps includes, if a developer is doing it in their local, they will be having everything in their local prior. That means the dependencies, the softwares that they need, everything will be having in their local. But when we are building a pipeline, every dependency should be there in the pipeline. So that should be predefined. We have to list out them. If one dependency is not there, the build will not be successful. Again, we have to dig into that what is missing based on the errors. See, the troubleshooting will be based on the error that we get. So dependencies, the first main thing is dependencies that we need to automate. Then the authorization and authentication that we need, because if if I need to connect to the Git, if I need to log into some application and then do the things, then I can't do it with my individual account. I can be in the company today and tomorrow I'll not be there. So I need to create a service account. So those service accounts should be planned prior. And in some situations, we'll not have a separation between the CI and CD. Everything will be one statement. If we see the maven command, command and build will be, and clean all will be doing all the build and releasing the code to the destination. So in those scenarios, like that scenarios, we need to think of how to separate the CI and CD process. And the configuration setup before starting the deployment, whatever we have discussed, the source code configuration, source path configuration, POM XML file updates, or whatever we have, the configurations that all need to be listed. And these 4 steps need to be available in the manual steps, and these are the prerequisites to start our pipeline. Now, coming to the pipeline steps, it can be in Jenkins or Azure DevOps. The repetitive tasks that we are handling will be automated. If it is a one-time job, no need to automate. We can automate it, not that no need to automate in the pipeline. It's just no need to automate. We need to automate it in the configuration, like the Terraform or ARM templates. So if it is a one-time job, like the setup of the environment like that, we'll be doing. If it is a repeated task in the deployment process, then only will be automate. So testing in the sandbox environment and releasing to the dev environment, dev team will be testing it and automate the deployments. If we have other tasks, we have the right side, I have listed the other tasks, what a developer will be getting as a random in the chat or a normal one-on-one discussions. So the access requests that they need for Git or in any other site that they need, which DevOps will be handling it. Updating the process, if any already process the strategies are there, if they want to discuss on, they are not feeling good on that, and it is the process that we have in place now are making their job more tedious. So then they'll come up with updating the processes. They need to few changes in that process. So that process we also will be discussing. So adding new steps in the pipeline, scaling during the performance, there is no good performance, so we need to scale up or scale down. This is specifically mostly done in Kubernetes. So if any pipeline failures, the day when we start the day, we'll just check the emails for failure pipeline emails. So if anything fails, then we'll be going in and checking with the what is the issue. If it is an issue with the DevOps, that means with the pipeline itself, not able to read anything or some credentials expired. So if that is the case, we'll be handling. If it is code based, that means the new code is checked in, and if that new checked in code is having issues and the pipeline failed, then we'll just redirect it to development team. And managing Git branches, as I said, this is also done by us. If any feature branches creation, development team will be taking care, but the merges of the branches to the main branches, that will be handled by DevOps team. Backups, if any backups are needed, a few companies will be asking for the backups. So if any backups are needed, then we'll be taking the backups, not manual backups. If we want, we can automate it. We have a scenario. I just want to tell a real-time scenario which we faced. We have a VMs that we have. So those VMs team will be going in and updating the files. So in production, the leads are having access in it, but they as a lead, they have to make sure that they are not updating wrong things. One day it was happened, something was updated, the production was broke and down for 8 hours. So then at last we came to know that there is a change in the local file, which is a main properties file. So then we as a developer, DevOps engineer, take an initiative to write a automation to automate that process. If anyone goes to the virtual machine and updates anything, then we need to, as an administrator, we need to get alerts. So and so person has updated so and so file. So we have immediately written a partial script and deployed it in the virtual machine. So whenever, as a service, whenever anyone goes to the main folder in the virtual machine, then we as a DevOps engineer and the admins will be getting an email saying that this person, these all persons are logged in on the machine, and this is the file that is updated. Whether it is updated, edited, deleted, renamed, anything. So we'll just get that. So these type of random things, we as a DevOps, we need to initiate it and give to the management that this is what we can do. So this is an add-on for us that if we as a developer take initiative and do it. So these are the basic flows of activities. And the main critical thing that a DevOps engineer should have is an excellent communication. You should be communicating properly whatever you are going to explain.
And with the multiple teams, not only with the single.
Yes,
team,
with multiple teams.
Because we are the person who is involved into all the software development life cycle. And in the software development life cycle, multiple teams are there. And they are not talking with each other. Developers are fighting with the operation team because they don't want to do the operation work. Operation people don't want to talk with the developer because developer will give the answer which is very high level for them. So everyone is coming to the DevOps team, and DevOps person has to give the answer, has to take the information from wherever they want and have to pass to the real team or real information to the
right. So the main thing that need to, even if you are having a full understanding of the tools, if you are lacking in the communication, that will be a big negative that you have. Just improve be confident in talking, in telling. If you don't know, tell I don't know. That too, you want to tell it as confident. So that is what a DevOps engineer should have. And these are the day-to-day activities, as I discussed everything in the previous slide. So I just listed out. So end-to-end support for the environment, streamline CI/CD process, deploying support for releases in infrastructure administration for the support engineer, and we need to liaise with IT, infrastructure operations, development team, and stakeholders. These are all teams we need to liaise with. So lead the implementation of a solution. As I said, we need to get into picture the solutions for the problems that the team is facing. No one will be asking you to do it, but we need to jump in. We need to take initiative and do it. That is the main thing that we need to take it. So these are all the high-level things that a DevOps engineer or DevOps lead will be doing in a daily basis. Yeah, that is all I have about the agenda that we have taken today. Thank you and happy DevOps.
Thanks, Anu. Thanks for giving the information. Guys, I would like to say in very short whatever Anu has told about the developer. Developer has a primary responsibility to write the code, to develop the feature and push to the GitHub. That's it. And developer don't want to do any other work. The reason behind it, they are developer, they are very interested. Their intention is to write the code. That's it. And rest everything after writing the code has been pushed into the GitHub. GitHub is our DevOps tool. We have to manage it. We have to maintain their code. Okay, this is our work. Then Sudarshan will come into the picture and he will explain you what exactly the GitHub is. And in between, Anu has given the very high level of very good explanation what exactly the software development life cycle is, where the DevOps engineer has been involved, or she is explaining about the what we can say infinity loop. And this process is completely a infinity. It never ends. So developers are writing the code has to be get built. The code has to be get built. After the testers will come into the picture, they will do the testing. As soon as the testing will get complete, it has to be deployed into the environment. As soon as deployment will get complete, monitoring team will come into the picture, they will monitor it. And in between, developer has written again new code, and this software development lifecycle or SDLC flow will be run into the infinity loop. Okay. Cool. And the DevOps has a primary responsibility. This loop has to be run into the faster way with the help of open source tools or with the help of tools, because we can't do, or none of the team can do all the manual work. So DevOps has a lot of tools which has to be run into the infinity loop, and it has to be run into the faster way. This is the primary roles and responsibility of the DevOps engineer. Cool. Thank you, Anu. Thanks for giving this all information. Yep. Sudarshan, you are here?
Yeah, hi, Vikas.
Yeah, guys, it will be good if everyone will switch on the camera. Yep, please. Sudarshan, yes, come with the camera and explain what exactly the GitHub, whatever we have learned it, whatever you have explored from your side as well. Okay, please, to everyone.
Yes.
I'm stopping my screen. You can share your screen. Yep. Sudarshan, we are able to see you. Cool. Share the screen, please. The intention of making this presentation, you have to be aware that how to share the screen, how to present the things, because you have to do this thing into your real time as well. Yep. Sudarshan?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sorry for that.
No worries.
Vikas, is it visible?
Yeah, now it is visible. Yep. We are able to see your screen. Good.
Yeah, hi team. Myself, Sudarshan. Today, I'm sharing information about Git and GitHub. In this, what is Git, what is GitHub, how it will work in DevOps operations. So these are the main concepts. So coming to the, so first I'll give about the what is Git. So I think so everyone knows about the Git. Git is a version control system. It's already explained by Vikas. So again, I'm going to repeat the few definitions and a few lines about these concepts. So Git is a version control system. It will be help to keep track our code changes. So Git is the main key role in development and DevOps operations. Git and as well as GitHub. So Git is used to collaborate on code. Git and GitHub are two different things. So Git and GitHub are two different things. So initial days, everyone feel that Git and GitHub are both are the same thing. But here Git and GitHub are two different things. This is the important thing for freshers. So why we use Git? So over 70% of developers use Git because of the push the code from a local machine to centralized repository. So this is the main use of Git. Developers can work together from anywhere in the world. So in this world, so developers, suppose in India, 5 developers are there. In Brazil, 5 developers are there. In China, 5 developers are there. So all together, they have to work on the same project. But so in the timeline basis, for Indian people, the timeline will be different. For US people, timeline will be the different, and the UK people, timeline will be the different. So whenever they completed their work, they don't want to wait for other person to perform the next thing. So for that purpose, here Git is the main concept. Whoever completed their task, they can push their code to GitHub repository, centralized repository. Here we are using the GitHub is a centralized repository. So after completing their task, they are free from their task. So the next person who is in US or UK, they will take the code and they will monitor the code. The same work will be completed as usually. So this is the main. Developers can work together from anywhere in the world by using the Git. And also developers can see the full history of project. So full history of project means who commit the changes, who that commit the code. So easily we can trace the code in the Git concept. So developers can also revert to earlier version of the project. So if in case if we develop a new code and we deploy the code, but the client is not happy with the new version of the deployment. So in that case, we can easily revert back to the earlier version, so previous version. So this is the main use of Git concept. So features of Git. When a file is changed or added or deleted, it is considered modified. So we can easily trace it. Who changed, who added, who deleted the file. We can easily trace the person's identification. So you select modify files you want to save. So these are the features and what are they mentioned here? These are the features. So coming to the GitHub. So this is the Git concept. So main thing Git concept is used to push the code from local machine to centralized repository. That is one line definition of Git. Coming to the GitHub. When Git is not the same as a GitHub, it is the very important because even I have confused a lot of time previously before knowing these concepts. Git and GitHub, I think so both are same, but Git is different, GitHub is different. GitHub makes tools that use Git. So this GitHub makes tools that use Git, which means GitHub is a repository. Here the tools is used by using the Git. Without Git, GitHub, no use at all.
Simple. Git is a tool and GitHub is a place where all the code is getting saved. Okay.
Yes.
And with the help of Git tool, we are managing that code. That's it. And code is getting saved into the centralized location, that is GitHub.
GitHub is the largest host of source code in the world and has been owned by Microsoft since 2018. So this is the one Microsoft. So coming to the configuration of Git. So when we install a Git, we need to install a Git in our local machine or any virtual machine. So after that, we need to configure the setup. So in that, first we need to give our username and user email. The username and user email is which is updated in the GitHub. So based on the username and user email, the Git repository, the Git tool will be connected to the GitHub repository. So general Git features, initializing Git. So initialization in a sense, when we develop a code in that folder, so initial step of thing is we need to use the init command. That is the initialization of that folder. And so once we use the init command, it will move to the staging file, staging stage. So here we need to add the any file or whichever the files are there in the directory. We will add all the files into the Git. So these are the commands. Git add a file name with extension, any kind of file. Like if you want to add a HTML or Java or JSON or ML. So these are the extensions. I think so everyone know on this thing. So if you want to add all in a single line, so we can use the Git add --- all command. Or else here also Git add space can we also use the star or dot also for adding all files. So after staging, we need to use the commit to the Git code. So which means adding commits keep track our progress and changes as we work. Means here after giving the commit only, the Git consider each commit changes point to the save point. It is a point in the project you can go back to if you find a bug or want to make a changes. When we commit, we should always include a message. So whenever we commit the code, it's important to add a message like whatever changes I have done in the file. Because if you add a proper message, then everyone will knows this person done in this portion of task. He changes this bit. So here message is the very important for tracing the code. So we can also commit without stage also. That is the command is git commit -a the whatever the message is. So if you want to know the status of the Git, we can use the status command by using the Git status. So after status, we can check the log a file also. These are the commands. We can check git log command by using the git log command. We use the history of command as a report. And git help. If you want any help, if you doesn't know anything about commands, then simply we can use git command -help. It will be display all the command descriptions. So git branching. So git branching is the main important topic in the git. So if branching, so I will tell overview of branching concept. So branching in a sense, if there is a there are 20 employees that are developing on a project. So in the 20 employees, the team will be divided into like project manager, QA team, and basic developer teams. So for developer teams, we can create a branch for developer team purpose only. For QA persons, quality checking persons, we can create a branch for QA people. And delivery person means project managers who is reviewing the project. For them also, we can create a branch. So all three branches have the same code, but only thing is the branch name is changed. So because of that, they don't interrupt into the manager level code. So first the developer commit the code and within the developer branch only. So after manager will take the code and review the code and he move to the next stage. So this is the branch concept. So we can create a branch by git branch name. So whatever the branches are available, we can use we can check by using the git branch command. If you want to switch from one branch to another branch, we can use checkout command by using the git checkout branch name. If in case if I am in a main branch, if I want to move from main branch to another branch, so git checkout the branch name where I want to move. So I can give the branch name. So deleting branch, this and all by using the branch -d and branch name. If you want to delete the branch, merging two branches. Merging two branches in sense, if developer complete the code and he want to inform the manager. Manager want to merge the branch from the developer branch to manager level branch. In that case, manager is already in the manager level branch, that is main branch, and he merged the code from the developers branch. In this case, the command git merge -developers branch name. If you use this merge command, the branch will merge to the main branch. And working with GitHub. This is the Git concept for merging branches. Coming to the GitHub. GitHub is a centralized repository where we can store our code in globally. So for this purpose, first we need to create an account for processing the things. So if now we can create a after creation of the repository, so the first file, how we need to create a repository. Here I tell you create a new repository. So here I am the owner. So under owner, repository name mentioned is the example. Here I click as a public for public key purpose. Creating repository is the main thing. So uh, in this repository name only, we'll push the code from our local machine. So without repository name, we can't do any operations. So pushing local repo to GitHub. So this is the thing. So initially, first we need what we need to take in the local machine, wherever we develop the code in that folder, we need to move to that folder, and we need to use git bash command. So for that purpose, if you give the right click, we get the git bash command prompt. So go to the command git bash command prompt. So after that, so the steps we already discussed previously, that is a git init command, git add command, git commit command. So we need to operate the all these three commands. After that, after committing the code, we need to add the remote origin. So for that work, here we are using the command git remote add origin, the URL of GitHub, which we created repository in the GitHub, which means the local code we are adding our local code from local machine to GitHub repository. So for that purpose, we are using this command remote add and origin. Origin in instance location of the place where GitHub repository is created. So in this case, the URL is we will get from the I will show the next step how we get the URL on the. So after adding the remote origin, next step is pushing the code from local repository to the centralized repository. So for that one, we need to use the push command. So git push here set upstream origin and master. In this case, nowadays there is no master branch is there, main is the main branch. We consider as a main is a main branch. So we can use git push origin and main. That's it. Once enter this command, it will take a few seconds to operate the action. After that, the local machine, local repository code will be moved to the centralized repository. This is the git push command or action. So the pulling under one is pull operation. So the pull operation why we use means if a developer develop the code and if we want to changes, if that developer some days he's on leave or any other reason he's not coming to the office. So if you want to operate any operations in that particular code base, you need to pull the code from the repository. For that purpose, we will use the pull command. So that git pull and the location of the GitHub repository, that is origin. So once we give this command, we will get it to the code from our local machine. So after getting from centralized repository local machine, we need to change the code, and again we need to operate the same thing like git add, git commit, git add remote, and git push command. This repeatedly these commands will be used for the pushing the code. After so these are the to check the branches, how many branches. So git branch -a command is used to view the branch in list of branch names. So for viewing only remote branches, we can use the command git branch -r command for viewing the remote branches only. And pushing branch to GitHub. This already we know git commit how to push the branch to GitHub. These are the commands we use to push the branch to GitHub. Git clone from GitHub. These are the commands how to clone from GitHub. So the flow command is how to push, how to clone, how to undo also. So if any revert command is used to when we want to take a previous commit and add it to new commit. So this is the command we use to do this operation with git revert. Revert head. This also git revert in a sense latest commit using revert the latest changes and then commit by adding the option --, no edit. We can skip the commit message editor. Git reset. Reset is the command when we want to move the repository back to the previous commit and discarding any changes made after that commit. After commit, if any changes happen, that totally discarding by using the reset git reset command.
Okay.
So the amend command, commit amend. So how to amend a file? Adding a file to the git by using the --, amend work the same way as above. Like that only, it will be work by git command. So this is the git and GitHub. So the main thing is this only thing is git and GitHub in the how we use in real-time scenario. In whatever the local machine of code, the code want to move from local machine to centralized repository. So in that part, we use Git and GitHub concept. So for example, I will show how it will work in local machine first.
Cool, Sudarshan. Yep. Sudarshan, you want to do the practical also?
If you want, I can do. Otherwise, I can skip.
Guys, what you want?
I think so. Everyone know how to.
They have did the practical as well, right?
I think so. Not required because everyone know this concept.
Correct. Looks good. Sudarshan, I'm really very happy. You explain the thing which developer also don't know. Leave the DevOps engineer, which developers also don't know, who has 5 to 7 years of experience. This many things, real-time developers also don't know this much Git related thing. And yes, if you are explaining to everyone, it's really good. I'm very happy for that. Okay.
And one more thing, I need to share on the GitHub repository. If you want to maintain GitHub repository in good way, few things I need to share the thing.
Okay. Yep.
If any interviewer by seeing the GitHub repository, so they will get the first impression. Yes, this guy know very well about GitHub.
We are able to see only your PDF. Anything else you are sharing?
Yes, because.
Yeah, you have to change your screen. Okay. So this one be little bit fast. Okay.
Yeah, my sister is so. Because
Yep.
are you leaving?
There is no permission required. You already have everything. You have to just click on the share screen. Sudarshan, be active, be fast. 20 people are waiting for you. Sudarshan?
Yeah, I'm doing.
Yeah, please be fast. Yes.
Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible. Correct. I know you are very creative. Yes.
Thank you, Professor.
Yeah.
After joining in your classroom only, I learn all these things by exploring.
Correct. Yes. Show down,
Yeah.
come down. Guys, this is the repo which Sudarshan is maintaining. This is the Sudarshan account. See how good looking, means it look like some professional developer who has this repo, right? Come down, just welcome to my brief about this, your profile, portfolio, and multiple things. Cool.
So here also we can do a lot of things, but why I showed this page means toward the fresher, so they want to maintain a GitHub like this. It is easy because see, if you are attending any interview, in our resume, if you mentioned our GitHub repository URL, once I think so, every HR or every interviewer will click the GitHub repository. Nowadays, GitHub repository will play key role for DevOps in case. What I learned from Vikas sir and as well as LinkedIn users.
Yeah.
So GitHub repository will play key role. So yeah, fresher colleagues, please maintain GitHub repository like this, and also we can maintain a web page also. So static pages also by the GitHub only. So to maintain this a simple thing, we need to create a repository with the name of GitHub name itself.
Correct.
So these are my one minute. So this is the name which I mentioned in GitHub repository. With this same name only, we need to create a repository.
Correct.
So this is the first thing we need to know. Same name. And in this, just we need to add readme file. That's it. In the readme file, we need to update whatever we want. So there is a lot of things we need to maintain. So this is the code, simple thing.
Simple HTML code, we can say.
That's
right?
it.
Or CSS code.
Yes. If you want, just pull this readme file and just change here your name. That's it. Here, Sudarshan is there. Just paste it your name. That's it. So this is the one thing. So this is very important for freshers who is not known about GitHub. And static pages also we can create. The static pages, it is the portfolio page. I think so. It's already shared previously. So this is the page. So this is the page I can create by using GitHub only. Previously, it was the URL is Sudarshan. I will type. This is the URL. The same URL. So by using static pages, we can create like this our page. If we create this page, it will be good for us to improve our skills. And if interviewer or HR will see this URL, so there may be chance to add on points, at least 10 to 15 percentage add-on points will go.
You can say that you are the innovative person. Whenever you are free, you know the things. Whenever you are free, you are doing all these things. Simple.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because definitely they will ask, what's your interest area, what you are doing in your free time. So you can say that whenever I'm free, I'm exploring the GitHub tools only or DevOps tool, and these are my achievements from the last 6 months or last 1 year.
Yes. I can add that.
Correct.
So this is about GitHub. That's it from my end.
So Darshan, it's really nice, very good. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, any question in future, if related to the Git or GitHub will come, we will pull Sudarshan to give the answer. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Or
yes, surely, sir.
Yes.
Actually, I'm exploring more concepts in GitHub.
Cool. Very good. And any question at this point with Sudarshan from anyone?
Yes, I would like to ask one question for Sudarshan. Can I make a repo from Git Bash?
You can, I think, yes, we can. We have to, there will be some command, and with the help of that, we can create it.
Okay.
But it will
Thank
be preferable, because why we are creating the repo from the GitHub directly, because we have to do lot of configurations and lot of settings also. In the real time, we will do the branch protection. We will not keep every repo as a public repo, right? So we have to do lot of configuration. That's why we are always creating from the, what we can say, from the GitHub, and then we are pushing the code into that repo.
Okay. Thank you, Vikas. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we can create it. Okay. But again, if we want to do some configuration, we have to do it manually with the help of GitHub only. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah. Now the next thing, we would like to move to the Satish only. Whatever the Anu has explained theoretically, Sudarshan has managed the code with the help of Git and GitHub. Now Satish will come into the picture, and he will show what exactly the DevOps engineer has supposed to do. Okay, with this code. Yep, Satish. Over to you.
Can you allow me? Can
Yep.
you allow me to share
Yep, I
my
allowed
screen?
you. Yes, you can now. Satish, your camera is off.
I cannot on my
No.
camera because
Okay.
I have
No
the
worries.
internet connection is very low.
No worries. It's okay. Cool.
There is.
Yep.
Thanks for developers and GitHub, Git developers. So now comes the DevOps part, DevOps engineers. I will take forward from here. So how the DevOps developers will involve in the project. When it comes to DevOps developers, they can create the infrastructure to make the builds, I mean, to maintain CI/CD pipelines, or else they can build the CI pipelines. So in this presentation, I would like to give my presentation on Jenkins. It is one of the tool to maintain to build the CI/CD pipelines, continuous development and continuous integration. In this presentation, I would like to cover what is Jenkins and day-to-day issues of Jenkins, CI pipelines, plus Maven, what is the importance of Maven, and also practical presentation. I would like to build with an infrastructure like creating an EC2 machine, and on top of that, Jenkins, and making a pipeline, making a build. And also I would like to cover RDS in AWS, and I would like to present a project on microservices by using Kubernetes. So when it comes to Jenkins, what exactly it does in a project. So it can build CI as well as CD. It acts as a bridge between these two. So when it comes to CI, developer parts like planning, code, build, and test, everything can be done in CI pipeline. And when it comes to CD pipeline, like deploy, operation, and monitoring the application, everything can be done in CD pipeline. So the two pipelines can be managed by using Jenkins. So what exactly is Jenkins? It's an open source tool. It can build, test, and deploy and facilitate continuous integration and continuous development. And it has it can build applications on several languages, not only Java and Python. It can do on multiple languages. So this is the picture, how the developer writes the code and pushes into the GitHub. By using Git, it's a central repository. So once it is pushed into the GitHub, Jenkins, it can take the repository into Jenkins, and it can build the code, and it can build automatically, or else whenever a developer pushes into the GitHub central repository, it can build the code. If the code is having some bugs, it can be redirected to the developer, or if the code is if everything works properly, it can deploy into the deployment service. It can deploy into production. So what are the responsibilities? I came up with a few responsibilities that as a Jenkins developer can do. Here he can develop and improve and maintain the CI/CD pipelines, identify the troubleshooting bugs in the application, contribute to maintain the high availability of the software systems, version controlling, interaging with multiple tools, continuous monitoring the tool in real time and accelerate software development process, collaborating with the developers to integrate changes into the project. When the developer builds the code and when he pushes into the centralized repository, here as a Jenkins developer, he can grab the repository and make a build. Once the build is executed, it can be like artifact so that we can run from locally the file. If it is if the build is not properly built, then it can be redirected to the developers, so he can do the changes and again he can push us into the central repository. What are the real-time problems when we run the Jenkins tool? So here, build failures when running CI/CD pipelines. If we have any issues like that, we have to go to log files and check line by line so that we can get to know what exactly happened in the build failure. These are the 7 common issues when running the CI/CD pipelines. That can be bug failures or it can be security group issues. Once we have these kind of issues, it can be effectively we can solve these issues by effectively monitoring or else checking into the security section. And the second is performance issues. Performance testing and load simultaneous testing can resolve the performance issues. And fault automated testing, this can be solved by using right tools and tests within CI/CD pipelines. Communication gaps can be solved by better understanding about the project and communicating within the team. Version controlling, this can be overcome by disabling auto updates. So whenever stay most recent stable versions to solve these kind of issues and technology limitations by developing. This is a real solution. There isn't real solution up to now for technology limitations. I mean, still in progress, these issues are. When it comes to Jenkins pipeline, so as I told, we can make CI/CD pipelines. So what are the prerequisites to build a CI pipeline? For that, we have to install the Jenkins with admin access. And Java is necessary as we are running the Java applications, and also Maven and GitHub repository is mandatory as the complete code is pushed into centralized repository. So what is Maven? It's a build automation tool used primarily for Java projects. This is the architecture that I am going to show to run a build CI/CD pipeline, to make a CI/CD pipeline. I have created an EC2 instances with the Linux and with Ubuntu environment. So I connected with SSH key. So I have installed all the required necessary things. Like I updated the system, updated the instance, installed Java, and also installed the key and repositories for Jenkins. And after that, I have installed Jenkins. So it is running this port.
Just type R, reconnect it. Just
yeah.
Okay.
My Jenkins is up and running. So here I have already created the Spring Boot application, and I have already built this application, this CI pipeline. The output was successful. I mean, the build ran successful. If I wanted, so you can see the output in output console. It is successful. If I wanted to check the output for, I have to go to workspace, and then in the target file, you have this jar file. We have to download this and we have to run locally to see the final output. But first, for example, if I wanted to run the CI/CD pipeline, I would like to explain the configuration that we need to do.
I thought you will take something different, but this is my same code which I have given.
I tried several things, because, but I mean, I was not able to finish that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
So,
there are thousands of projects available, but it has to be into the working condition, right? That's very important.
Yeah. I ran different projects, but it was not successful. I spent. So in the source code management, we have to give the GitHub repository here and the branch, whatever the branch we have, like the master branch, sorry, main branch. And as I have to run the application, I have chosen the Windows batch command, MVN package. In the batch command, I have given MVN package and save the file. After that, I ran the application. So once the build is finished, once the build is successful, I downloaded the jar file and ran it locally. So this is when I ran with the port number. This is the code to run the application. I see the application locally. This is the one.
You run the command for 82 and it is running in 83. How come? Show the command again. It is running in 8083. Come down. Where exactly it is running?
This one.
Okay,
yeah.
83 only. Fine. That's fine. Yep. Cool.
So, and the next topic is that RDS within AWS. RDS is a relational database system which is provided on cloud by AWS. There are multiple databases within RDS, like Oracle DB, MySQL, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, and MariaDB. Along with 5 databases, AWS provides like Aurora. Aurora, in the sense, it's a combination of 5 replicated databases within there are 5 replicated databases,
as a
which
cluster.
is provided
Simple as a cluster.
Yeah, as a cluster. On an overview of RDS, like what are the services each and every database can have, it can have multiple data backups, and also multi-AZ. That means the availability zone is very high when it comes to Amazon RDS, Amazon RDS, and also instance. We can run in small instance, or else depending upon our requirement, we can run on big instances. The speed will be more, and also it is having an automatic scaling, so that it can scale whenever there is a high throughput. It can scale automatically.
Cool.
based on the requirement.
Go back, please. Go back, please. Guys, see this image. This is really very good image. If you will see on the very first engine, there are multiple varieties of RDS instances or multiple varieties of engines are available. Oracle and SQL Server, which is showing the commercial use, MySQL, MariaDB, and Postgres that are the open source. That is also available. Aura, which is working as a cluster, that is also available into as an engine. And if you will come to the pricing, every pricing is directly depend how much size or how much instances you are choosing. And if you are coming to the right side on the top, there is a backup option. In the backup, you will see lot of things, what all activities are happening. Everything is automated. We can schedule that part as well. If you will come little bit down, security. In the security, you can see multiple varieties of securities are there. Very first, VPC level security, security group level security, encrypted level security, encrypt in a flight mode, TLS, SCL level securities are there, application level security, VPN level security, multiple varieties of security we can achieve or we can configure over the RDS instance. Looks good. And we will come into the right, then multi-AZ. You can rotate your mouse, Satish, it will be good. When you will come into the multi-availability zone, the database will be available into the multiple availability zone as well. Looks good. Storage, there are multiple varieties of storage are there. GPZ, 101, provisioning, 10 PS wala thing, SSD, like that. Multiple varieties of storage devices are there. Read replicas options are there. You don't have to run your application always on the master or always on the primary. All the operation related activities we can perform with the help of reading database. Only readable database also we can create it so that all the operation related activity can be achieved with the help of read database. The benefit of using that, we don't miss your primary database will be only for the writing purpose, and for the reading operation we can do with the help of read replicas. This type of multiple features we are getting into the RDS option. This image looks really great, buddy. Yep.
Thank you, Vikas. And the next, I would like to cover on Kubernetes. So Kubernetes
Satish, can we park it for a little bit later after 15
yes.
minutes? Okay.
Yes, Vikas.
Because
yes.
otherwise everyone will say that why multiple topics are coming in the flow. Okay.
Okay. Yes, Vikas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Satish, this is a really very fantastic presentation you have given and very important information. Guys, anyone want to ask any question related to the Satish, related to the CI process, related our project one, part one of our project? No. Okay, no worries. Then the next again, Sudarshan is coming. Okay, Sudarshan, you have prepared for the CloudWatch?
Yes, but if tomorrow it will be better for me, so I will explore more concepts. But today, yeah, I will give the presentation.
No, not so, very on a very high level. You can say that whatever things has been developed, has been deployed into the environment, can be monitored with the help of one of the managed service into the AWS, that is CloudWatch. And just explain one more line into that. Okay.
Oh.
That's it. Yeah.
1 minute.
Yes, Sudarshan. You want to share the screen or can I only share?
Oh, 1 minute. I am wrong. But by the time
let me on. I will log into my AWS account. Guys, let me take care of this part. The thing what Sudarshan want to say about the CloudWatch, whatever the things means, let us assume we have developed multiple services into the AWS, and if multiple services are running at this point, definitely it is required to monitor that as well, right? So with the help of CloudWatch service, we can monitor and we can analyze, we can perform the action, and we can create the we can create the alerts with the help of CloudWatch as well. This is what the Sudarshan has supposed to say. Yes, Sudarshan, now you can continue in meantime.
Vikas, can you give me next? I restart my laptop. So.
Okay, no worries, it's okay. We will park for the next presentation. Okay. No.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Hari is here.
Yeah. Yes.
Hari, you are prepared?
Yes.
Cool. I'm hand over to the things to you. Hari has a presentation which is on the LAMP server. Okay, LAMP installation. Cool. Yes, Hari, you can share your screen if you want.
Yeah, I have launched instance, EC2 instance in
Okay.
Amazon.
Okay.
Before LAMP installation, I would like to show how to change the authentication type to password authentication. Yesterday, Abrik asked.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. First, we need to change the and enable the password authentication in sudo file.
Mhm.
Yeah, sorry, SSH configuration file.
Okay.
Just we have to change here no to S.
Correct.
After that, we need to restart the system SSHD.
SSSD. Correct.
Now I'm adding user.
Correct. Cool. Okay, fine. Yeah, it has been
Then
updated.
we need to add user to sudoers file.
To provide the root level access to this
To the
user.
user, yes.
Good. Guys, Hari is facing some real-time problem into his real-time office. Okay, and he's sharing the same thing.
Actually, because I am doing the same setup and I am also facing the issue. That's what yesterday I asked Hari.
Okay, cool, good.
Yeah. Now I am connecting through mobile stream.
Hmm. Cool. You logged in?
Now this is the LAMP installation. First, we need to update the packages.
Yep.
Same thing we will do in Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9 version also. Or is it different?
No, it's the same. For every Linux of flavor, it's same.
After updating the packages, we need to install the Linux extras.
What is
And
this extras? Can you please explain?
it is the some packages. It has some packages, and it will install LAMP with MariaDB.
What is
And
LAMP? What is LAMP?
a
Because here
LAMP is
some students are there who don't know
yes,
what is LAMP, right?
yes. LAMP is nothing but Apache, a web server and a PHP language and a database server installing in Linux platform. That is the
Okay.
LAMP. See, it installed MariaDB.
Correct.
MariaDB, PHP, some extensions.
Correct.
Yeah, after that need to install Apache server.
Cool.
Yeah, it's done. Apache and MariaDB both are installed.
Okay.
Then we have to start the server by using this command.
What you are starting with the help of this command?
Starting Apache server.
Correct.
After that, we need to enable the HTTP. Means whenever we restart the server, it won't restart without the enabling the HTTP.
Okay.
Now I have enabled it.
Hmm.
By using this command, we can check it is enabled or not.
Correct.
Enabled. Yeah, the installation has been done. This is the IP. Yeah, this is the test page.
Hmm.
If you want to map using S3, route S3, I will do that.
Anything is fine. Or Amrit want to do it on the GoDaddy, then we can do that also. Amrit, what you want?
Can we enable this PHP MyAdmin also on this one?
Hari, you know that part?
Sorry?
PHP admin enable.
Yes, we
PHP
can
admin.
install PHP MyAdmin also.
Can we go for it?
Yeah, I have not.
Amrit, why? Why you want to?
No, because this LAMP stack mostly comprise of PHP also. So,
Yeah. But at this
we
point, I
need
can see
PHP
only
MyAdmin.
he started the HTTPD primarily. I can see that part.
Yes.
Hari, just pass this IP address to the Amrit. Amrit, you can just configure this IP into the GoDaddy, okay? So that we will able to get the DNS name.
Yes.
Instead of IP address, we will get the DNS name.
Okay, because let me share my screen.
Yeah. And Hari, you can pass the IP address into the chat.
Yes.
Yeah. And Amrit, show that in your DNS what is running at this point.
Yeah.
For any DNS configuration, guys, we have to go to the DNS provider. What we can say, Amrit already have taken one DNS name. The name of the DNS is, yes, CloudRiz. Okay, CloudRiz. Yeah. And
CloudDiesel.com.
yeah, just show that what exactly is running at this point into this. Anything is running?
No, nothing is running, I guess.
Just show it to everyone. Yes. At this point, nothing is running. Okay, cool. Now configure this IP address, whatever the Hari has created, into this DNS. Hmm. 15.206, 68, 154. Cool.
We should take this time as minimal.
Correct. Yes, we have to take as a minimal time. And you have already configured one A record, so you have to delete that also. But you delete the one and down one. Yeah. Correct. And give the DNS name to everyone so that we can also check it is loading or not. Okay. Cloud result. Let me run it. CLOUD RIZ.
I think we need to increase this times.
It will take a time because on the www worldwide, it will take a time to come up. Guys, this is the DNS name where the Amrit has configured the IP. We have to wait for at least 3-4 minutes so that it will be visible or it will be up on the HTTP or into the www.
It's working.
It's working? No, not yet for me. Guys, others, please verify and let me know it is working.
Yes, Vikas, it's working.
For me, it is working.
Okay, cool. For me, still it's not working. For Amrit also, it's not working.
For me,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, Geeta, for you?
yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Then anyone, please show it to everyone. Amrit, you can stop your screen. And whoever is able to. For me also, it's not working. See, it will take a time. Okay, it's a worldwide wait. So in other some location, it may be accessible before the other person. Okay, that is possible. Who is telling it's working? Please share your screen and show it to everyone.
Yes, Vikas, it's working for me.
Share your screen and show it to everyone, please.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. See, on this DNS name, that IP has been mapped. That's it. And guys, it's a very simple. In the DNS provider, we have to just add as a record. That's it. And it will take some time to come into the worldwide, but in some location it has been given. Satish is in France, so I think it has been already accessible for him. Cool. Yep.
Now it is running under no SSL. It is not enabled SSL. We need to enable SSL.
Yeah, if required, we can enable the SSL certificate as well. We have to add into our server, the Hari server. The one certificate will be there. We have to generate it and we have to add into the Hari server so that it will be a SSL certified and secure as well. Cool, good. Yeah. Let me take the screen. Guys, for me, still it's not working. Okay.
For me as well, it's not working.
Whoever has configured, he is not able to see. No worries. That's okay. Leave it. Yeah, but we have did the setup. We will check it again after 2-3 minutes. It will work. Saurabh is here. Saurabh.
Vikas, can I share my screen? Can I give
who
a brief introduction about CloudWatch?
who is this? What's the name?
Sudarshan.
Okay, Sudarshan. Sudarshan, let's go into the order and we will come back again. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So Saurabh is not here. Geeta, what about you? Are you prepared?
Yes, sir.
Cool, very good. Okay, Geeta, I'm giving you the screen. You can take the control and explain to everyone, please.
Yes.
Yeah. Your topic is 6C concept, which is completely related to the DevOps, the 6C process, CI, CT, CD, CDD, and CM. What exactly it is, please?
Yes.
Yeah. Geeta, a little bit fast. Share the screen. If possible, switch on the camera. Cool.
Hi, everyone. So my topic is 6C. So what basically the DevOps do? DevOps is just not the process, or we can say it's not the technique which we are using it. It's just the process which every organization is adapting it just to enhance the work culture, just to make the performance more faster, quicker, because our main goal is to serve the end user with the faster results. So the basic definition we can say is the combination of the cultural philosophies, practice, and the tools that increase an organization ability to deliver the application and a service as a high velocity. High velocity includes the faster pace than the organization using the traditional software development and infrastructure management process. Basically, before this, we are using the software development tool, which has been replaced by the DevOps. Just to give more, we can say that the faster update, the better experience, and low cost by using this DevOps tools. So these are the basic benefits of the DevOps. By the faster update, how we see the faster update, because in every step the automation is involving in that, which give a faster results to the end user. Better experience, because it is very easy and all the bugs is replaced in a quicker manner. High quality, very cost effective, it's a cost saving, it's a shorter than the development cycle, low risk, efficiency, reduced times to recover. Then we go to the 6C DevOps. So what 6C includes: the continuous business planning, collaborating development, continuous testing, continuous release and deployment, continuous monitoring, and collaborating the customer feedback and optimizations. We'll go deeper into this. Before that, we'll understand the STL cycle, or we can say how the DevOps has calculated into the traditional SDLC. So we'll go with it, start with the plan, and it ends with the monitoring. It includes the 6 steps. First is plan, then build, test, deploy, and monitoring. Basically, the 6 C's comes from here only. What is plan? It creates the requirement, and it creates a plan and task. Then it go to the build, the development, the development creates the code, means writes the code, commit the code, build, and run the unit testing. Testing, what the testing part includes, it tests the code before. In the SDLC, it is a manual testing, but in the DevOps, they have done the automatic testing, which has increased the less bugs and less time and more effective manner, in a more effective manner. There is a small difference between test and deployment. Test includes the manual part, but the deployment is the automatic deployment script. Then we'll go to the monitoring performance. In this, everything is monitored and everything is, we can say that, is captured on a version control process. Then we'll go to the CAMPS rule. It is a principle in which all the set of developers use this principle. What the CAMPS stands for: it's a cultural, automation, measurement, and sharing. And the culture, the business change culture by sharing the responsibilities and getting the teams on the same page. This includes the faster manual understanding and the shared goals. Means it gave a clear picture of to all the developers and make the things more faster. Then next is the automation. Automation acts as an escalator to enhance the benefits of the DevOps. It includes the continuous integration and continuous delivery pipelines to this automation. Then we'll go to the measurement. Measurement helps access the progress in the intended direction. Correct metrics are monitored and to incentivize the right metrics. Then we'll go next step, that is the sharing ideas. Sharing ideas and the problems are the heart of the DevOps. It creates a feedback loop that helps the continuous improvement. So these are the basic practice of the DevOps, which we can say that it covers the 6 C's DevOps process. So what is, we'll go more deeper into that, which gives more clarity and which gives the proper benefits of that particular stage. So first one is continuous integration. Continuous integration is used by the developer to push the code into a central repository post where all the automatic builds and tests are run. Developers frequently commit to a shared repository using a version control system. All the developers are shared with the central repository, which one of my colleague had told about the Git and GitHub repository. It's a part of that. What is the benefit of using a common space for sharing the code is to make the code bugs free quickly, because it's including automatic build and tests are running at the back end. It improves the software quality, reduce the evaluation time, and release the quick software update, because every time when you are updating the code, it has been calculated as a version control. Has been calculated under the version control system. Then we'll go to the continuous delivery. As everyone is using the central repository system, the code delivery is being more faster. The code changes automatically prepared for release to production, followed by continuous integrations by deploying all the codes changes to testing or the production environment after the build stage. What is the benefits of using the continuous delivery? As we have seen in the continuous integration, it is automatic, so there is no bugs in it. Means everything is automatic, and all the bugs are clearing on the daily basis. If we go into the continuous delivery, what's the benefit of this? It's automatic software release, because everything is come under the version control system. More developer productivity, because we don't have to wait for any of the developer. And it includes it saves the time and includes the developer productivity. Find and address the bug quicker, because includes the automatic process. Deliver update faster, because it saves the time. Now we'll go to the microservices. What is the best practice of the DevOps? It breaks the large software solution into the microservices. So independent microservices includes the plugs and play the functionality as each new component is created. So what's the benefit of this? It gives the continuous delivery pipelines, reduce the complexity of the deliveries, system agnostic creations of the new services, increase the throughput of the team. We go next to the 3 more services, that is infrastructure as a code. It is practice of describing all the software runtime environment into a simple format that can be stored in a version control request. What is the benefit of using the infrastructure as a code is ensure the continuity, environment provision and configure automatically, speed up and simplifies the software development and operation traceable through the version control system. Next is the monitoring and logging. Why it is?
Geeta, I would like to ask one question. What is IaaS? Which tool we are using here in this case? For IaaS is a process, is a best practice for the DevOps, right?
Yes.
And there should be some tool for that.
Infrastructure as a code.
Guys, help him.
Terraform.
Terraform.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's one more part is monitoring and logging. Why the monitoring is important? Because the DevOps is a 20/7 services. It's automatic services. So everything we are doing, everything is monitored, and which increase the importance of the services, and it creates alert if anything happens or any bugs come up or any of the SDLC flow has been stuck to any of the level, it give alert and it back to the developer to analyze the process. And it again starts with the process first step, that is planning and that is coding and building. what is the monitoring what is the benefit of monitoring is actually it responds to a system-wide performance changes, optimize the resource utilization, because if we come up at the end of the process that some bugs are in it and the process is not running on the time, so we're not able to deliver the code or to the end user on time. So this process go back in this process give automatic bugging detection, and it go back to the it stops on the same level and it go back to the starting of the phase. So it give more efficient and it use is it take less time, and we can deliver the code to the end user. Our main motive is to satisfy the end user's need. So last one is the communication and collaboration. So as all we know, the DevOps includes the best communication skills so that we can give a proper clear understanding to the end user, and we can explain all the benefits or sorry, all the what he has or given the responsibilities to us. So we have the capacity to explain him very well. So it includes the best communication. That's all from my end, all the 6 services, which is the main role of the DevOps process.
Okay. Guys, any question with Geeta? Anyone? Geeta, go back to the slide number 8. Guys, what is the tool for the CI?
Jenkins.
What is the tool for the CD?
Jenkins.
What we did into the microservices?
Kubernetes.
Yes, with the help of Kubernetes, we have learned the deployment of microservices. Okay, come down, go to the next slide. Yes, infrastructure as a code we have developed with the help of
Terraform.
monitoring and logging we will do with the help of
CloudWatch.
CloudWatch, and then in some classes Prometheus and Grafana is also we are going to learn. Okay. Yes. Communication and collaboration. This is just what we can say, not primarily a tool, not belong to the DevOps category, but yeah, if any of the planning we are doing into the Azure repos or Jira bot. Is that okay? Means for all these best practices, all these processes, there is a separate tool available in the DevOps category. Cool. Thanks, Geeta. Thanks for this information.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Saurabh is here. Saurabh is not here. Satish, you want to take, because we have already introduced microservices. So do you want to come in picture in between?
Yes, Vikas.
Okay, for the project too. Guys, can we take one photograph in between? We haven't take in the starting. Can you all switch on the camera? Yep, Gautam came. Everyone, please. Yes, everyone. Only 3 I am able to see. Is some issue? 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. Can anyone take it? Only 5, 6 students are coming. 6 only. I need everyone. Advait also came. Amrit also came. Yes, Anu came. Sindhu, Sudarshan, James. Whoever is possible, at least. Okay, you can also take the screenshot if you want. Okay, and send it to the group. I take one photograph and I'm just sending in our WhatsApp group. Batch 30, where is my WhatsApp group? Okay. Yes, you can also take it and send it, please. This is what I have taken. Sudarshan, mute yourself. Yeah. Satish also came. Let me take it one more. Guys, you can also take it and send it into our WhatsApp group, please. Yep, I took one more and send it into our WhatsApp group. Cool. Thank you. Yep. Let's continue with the camera only. And yes, Satish, you can take the screen.
Can you give me access for screen sharing?
Okay, 1 second. Yep, you can take the screen now.
क्या आप अपना करियर आईटी सेक्टर में बनाना चाहते हैं? क्या आप टॉप आईटी
I'm going to explain about Kubernetes. Kubernetes is an open source orchestration system for automating the software development and scaling and managing the applications. In this demo, I would like to run microservices within Kubernetes to deploy into CI/CD pipelines. When it comes to Kubernetes, it is having a master with multiple nodes to run the applications. And we can run multiple images, multiple Dockers within VPN. So this is the architecture of Kubernetes. In the master node, we have API service, which we can interact with the master. And also kubectl. Kubectl is a command which we can interact on a CLI commands. And the kube scheduler, where we can run the jobs automatically by using kube scheduler. When it comes to nodes, kubelet is the interface that manages all the services that we can interact with kubelet, and also to manage services, it is of Docker. So every node is having a Docker so that it can have multiple pods within that, and each pod can contain an image or multiple images within a container. It can has a container within the pod. Each pod is assigned for an internal IP so that it can interact with other pods. This is the service that I'm going to implement on Kubernetes. Initially, I have a MongoDB and an API so that it can interact with the front end that is installed on a Docker image. When it comes to practical, just a second. This I have already created a cluster, Kubernetes cluster with 3 nodes. These are the nodes. I connected with SSH. This is the one. I ran complete commands in Cloud Shell with this command. So from the starting, in this way, I have connected. And kubectl, as I told, that we can interact with our clusters by using kubectl.
Okay.
To get the cluster info, this is the command. And I have cloned the Git repository from here. For example, this is my Git repository. Let me come back. So I have cloned the Git repository. I have cloned the entire repository into this folder. Now I entered into the folder. These are the files that are within the folder. This is the Kubernetes folder where the YAML files are there. So I entered into this folder.
Okay.
And I wanted to start serving. With ls command, I can see what exactly inside the folder. That these are the 6 folders that I have to run.
6 files, 6 YAML files, 6 manifest files.
I have to run these to make into production this my application. So I run all the files one after the other by using the kubectl apply f command.
Okay.
Once I run all the commands, so now get ports. The ports which are running, I can see by using this command.
Correct.
To get the services that are running, kubectl get services. So the services now I can see the 3 services. These are the 3 services which I showed you previously on the slides that are running. With this external IP, I can go and check my application which is running on localhost.
Not localhost. It's into the cluster IP. Look, it's into the what we can say load balancer. Okay.
Load balancer.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it, guys.
Cool. Okay.
From my end, that's it.
Guys, any question with Satish? Because Satish has discovered one new microservice and he has deployed by own. I have taken care with the single file. He taken care with multiple files, multiple manifest, multiple YAML files. Correct?
Yes, Vikas. Yeah.
Satish, you learned from me also. Before that, also you are aware about this thing.
No. I completely learned from you.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay, guys. Who is the next one after Geeta? Saurabh. So Saurabh, you are here. Saurabh is not here. No worries. Toshif, you are here, right?
Yes, because but no proper power here. That's why I gone and came.
Okay, no worries. What about Gautam? Gautam, you are here. Gautam is also not here. Advait. Yes, I know Advait is here.
Yes, because
Advait, you are prepared for this too, right? S3 static website as well as the IP address concept.
yes, I'll quickly share the screen and it won't take more than 5 minutes.
Sure, please. Cool.
Let me know when screen is visible.
Yep, it is visible.
Yeah. Yeah, the first practical is regarding the creating S3 bucket and hosting the your resume.
Okay.
So first we need to create an S3 bucket. Yeah, so you can go in search, type S3 and then you can click on buckets.
Okay.
And from there you can click on create a bucket, and once you fill the details like the bucket name, the region, and this is the
privacy
settings. If you want it enabled in public, then you need to select ACLs enabled, and then you can create this is also the privacy settings, block all public accesses, then it won't be available at the public platform. So using these you can create the bucket. I'll not create it right now. I'll just explain from this Word document quickly. So to enable it on public platform, you need to uncheck this checkbox, edit public access, and by default it will be ACL disabled, or or while creating you can already make it as ACL enable. And once the bucket is created, you can upload the files, and you won't be able to see the files unless you go to actions and make them public using ACL. So once you click on those, then you can have the access to the public, or you can go to the Internet Explorer or Chrome, and then you can see the file which you have like the file which you have uploaded. So this is regarding the practical.
Ajit, anything is running already in your environment? Any?
No, actually, I did not create. Actually, I created yesterday. I deleted it again.
Okay, no worries, no worries. It's okay.
Yeah.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah. So regarding the presentation, this is something related to IP addressing. So public and private IP. So public IP is something which is not available freely. You need to pay for it. It is provided by a internet service provider. Private IP is something you can create over a LAN. It's not chargeable. And going to the differences, you can use LAN or network in public, used on public network. Not recognized over internet, recognized over internet, assigned by LAN administrator, assigned by service provider, unique only in the local network, unique globally. Then this is free of charge. This needs to have some cost. The range of IP addresses in private is limited. In public, it's like more available. This is the latest IPv4 and IPv6 as the IP addresses are getting limited. So IPv4 has around 32-bit IP address and it covers around 4.3 billion addresses. And coming to IPv6, it has alphanumeric addressing and it can cover each and every device available globally. Coming to elastic IP, this is the concept of AWS. So elastic IP is an IP like it will be assigned to you. It's not freely available. You need to pay rent for that. More details you can find on this AWS guide, user guide. So it's some difference between public IP and elastic IP. So it is assigned to you once you launch the instance. It is assigned to you for your AWS account. So once you terminate the instance, this public IP will be released. And when you recreate an instance, then a new public IP will be assigned. But for elastic IP, you don't need to change like that. That IP will remain with you unless you like dismiss that IP.
Release until you release. Okay.
Yeah, until you release that IP. This is regarding VPC. So it's a virtual private cloud hosted within a public cloud. So VPC customers can run code, store data, host websites, and do anything else they could do in an ordinary private cloud. But the private cloud is hosted remotely by a public cloud provider. A default VPC includes an internet gateway, and each default subnet is public subnet. Each instance that you launch into a default subnet has a private IPv4 address and a public IPv4. These instances can communicate with internet through the internet gateways. These are some components of VPC: route tables, routers, elastic IP, ENI, internet gateways, virtual private VPC peering, NAT gateway. Some more details regarding the route table, internet gateway, and CIDR ranges. So that's it from my end.
What is CIDR?
It's classless inter-domain routing. I'm not able to recollect exactly.
But you are explaining to everyone, right?
Yeah, actually, I added this slide last minute.
Okay.
Slides.
If it's a /32, how many IPs will come?
One IP.
Okay, good. And what is the calculation?
There is a formula like
Correct.
/28, like 32 minus 28, and power of 4.
Explain it properly. You know the answer. Explain it. No worries. Everyone is a colleague here, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you can go over on internet and also you can search, but the formula is like /32 means one IP and /28 is equal to 16 is like 32 minus whatever the range you need, 28 is equal to 4 and power of 2 to the power of 4. So it will be 16. So this is the calculation.
Okay. Guys, ask the question with Advait. At least one question, please. Related to IP, related to VPC. Anyone? No one want to ask any question? Good, Advait. No worries. Okay, all good.
Yes.
If no one is asking, then I can't say anything, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Who is the next? Yep. Someone want to ask the question? Yep. After what we can say, after Advait, Amrit. Amrit, you have prepared anything?
Because I don't have PPT, but I have one note from which I can explain.
Yep, that's also fine. Yep. Cool.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Yep. You can. Okay.
Okay, so basically for creating one RDS database, what we need to do, first we need to create one EC2 user. So right now I don't have any EC2 machine running on. I have deleted yesterday. So I will explain like how we can create database with the help of this sheet itself.
Okay.
So let me open RDS. So go to create database. And from here we can go with EG creation. And MySQL, I think Vikas already explained, so I have done on PostgreSQL.
Okay.
Retire. And then after we need to give one name to our database instance. And master, we can put it as admin. We can set auto-generate password for this. And one more setting, we can add EC2 machine also with this.
You're supposed to get that option. Why you're choosing the easy create? Okay, choose the standard one. Easy create, we will not get much options. Yeah. Yeah. Here is the detail. Yeah.
So from here, right now I don't have any machine, but once I will be having any machine, we can choose that option from here itself.
Okay.
And then after, we are not adding into VPC, so no need to select.
If you will not select, it will take the default VPC.
Yes. That's it. We can create our database from here.
What is the benefit of creating the EC2 machine? Why we are creating the EC2 machine to connect RDS?
Yeah, for like suppose I have connected EC2 machine with RDS.
Correct. Why?
So,
why we are creating this machine? First question.
To get the interface. I think.
Okay. Any other reason? Yeah, your first point is okay. Any other answer?
Not sure.
To interact with the database.
Okay, correct. Yeah, I agree. This will call as a proxy machine. Okay, means instead of giving direct access someone to the RDS, we will give the proxy machine EC2 access to someone so that he can perform the activity from this machine. It makes sense?
Yeah.
Right? And we can secure more and more our RDS instance, And this, because this machine has to be available into the public. If anything goes wrong, it will goes wrong with this machine, not with the RDS.
Yes, yes.
So we can make multiple level of securities with the help to achieve with the help of this approach. What we can say, this is a proxy machine for the database. Okay. Or we can call as a jump host server also to reach to the database. Okay. Cool.
Yes. So once the password will get created, we can go to endpoint setting. And from there, we can get this link.
Correct.
And port number for RDS instance.
Correct.
And then after we need to come to our EC2 instance, we have to log in into EC2 instance. And then the first thing is we have install PostgreSQL this thing. We have to install PostgreSQL first and check whether it is enabled or not. Otherwise, it will not connect directly with RDS.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Then after we have to run this command to directly log in into our RDS instance. And as a root user, we can directly log in, I think. And then after we can run the queries, we can check the databases, default databases and all. We can create databases. That's it.
Cool. Nice. This is screenshots from your end only you have created?
Yes, yes. Actually, this I have already put it in.
Submitted. Correct. In assignment. Cool.
And I have put it into some other laptop, but so that's why I'm showing from here.
Yeah, that's fine. It's okay. Acceptable.
Okay. So now second thing is OSI model.
Yeah.
So basically I have this picture and basically OSI layer is a protocol which usually we follow when we use internet, like transferring data till it reach to application level. So physical layer, basically we know that it is wire, we can say Ethernet wire is a physical layer. RS-232, these are all the Ethernet cable type. And 802.11 is a Wi-Fi, we can say transmission something. And then after data link layer, basically it's our router from which data will convert into IP address using network layer. And transport layer. So transport layer basically comprise of TCP, UDP, SSL, TLS, end-to-end connection and reliability it provides. And it provides the functions and means of transferring data sequence from a source to a destination host via more, we can say, networks. And then after the session layer is also kind of that only. It reaches to, from TCP, it reaches to session layer, where session layer controls the dial-up connection between computers. It enables, manage, maintain, and terminates connection also between local and remote application. So basically layer 5 software also handles authentication and authorization. It verifies data into like it got delivered or completely or not. And then after we come to presentation layer. So presentation layer will check the data to ensure it is compatible with the communication resources. It translates the data into the form that the application level and lower level accepts. So basically presentation layer, we can say that it is HTML or any document or JPEG format. And then after it comes to application layer, which is DNS. So basically domain name server, once the IP will reach to DNS server, it will show the DNS map, domain mapped with that IP. And SMTP, sample mail transfer protocol, we used to send mail, and telnet we used to check the connection between that server. Old times we are using telnet, but now this is FTP. FTP is used to transfer the file. Suppose if we are connecting to any server and we need to modify something. So in Putty also we are getting FTP services, and in MovaXterm also we can do using SFTP setting. Like we can configure our server on SFTP and we can connect. And we can move our local file. Suppose if a developer is there, he want to move a local file to a server directly from his system, he can use SFTP server configuration.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's it from my end.
Yeah, I would like to add some more points here. See what exactly the OSI is an open system interconnection model. Means if we want to send something from one machine to another machine, or one computer to another computer, the data or the process will happen between all these 7 layers. Okay, first it will be into the physical layer with the help of pipes, or with, we can say, the RJ switches, buttons, and all these things. Then it will move from one place to, means from one layer to another layer, and then it will reach to the application layer, and then we are able to see that data. This is what happened into the OSI model. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Guys, any question with Advait or with what we can say Amrit? If no, cool. Who is the next person? Hari, you have created anything for this storage class, or you faced some issue sometime back? Hari is here. Hari left. Okay, no worries. Abhijit or Satish? Abhijit is also not here. Okay. Amrit has already explained. Saurabh is here. No, Saurabh is also not here. Leave it. Abhijit is also not. Satish has completed. Cool, guys. I think we have done. Some are the absentees here. No worries. Okay, it happened. But yeah, you guys have did a very good work. Means you have explained, you have understood that, and you become the SME for that. What will happen if some questions in future will come? We will reach out to them, and you have prepared this topic so that you can mention in your resume that yes, I am very much aware about the Git and GitHub, which the Sudarshan has explained to everyone. Correct?
Yes, Vikas. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, guys, that's it for today. Okay, and tomorrow we will continue our session with our Ansible and so on. Cool. Thank you everyone. Bye bye. Thanks for your time. Thanks for this preparation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vikas.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yep. Bye bye.